Hello, welcome back to another installation of What Would Lou Do? So what's on the menu for today, mateys? Well, today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to look at some medical gear. This is one of the areas a lot of people neglect when it comes to everyday carry, preparedness in general, right? I've seen a lot of videos, real world incidents where someone was shot or cut and they bled out almost immediately because they didn't have things like tourniquets, bandages, so on and so forth. And that brings us to today's content, MedicBox. So we've been trying to get some good quality gear, EDC stuff to carry, just to have that preparedness, right? And so we reached out to MedicBox and they agreed to send us some stuff to review. So we want to thank MedicBox for sending us this stuff and allowing us to be able to share this stuff with you guys for free. So how it works is it's like a monthly subscription, right? So if you are familiar with like Knife of the Month or Loot Crate, I think there might even be a Gun of the Month Club or something like that. But if you're familiar with any of those type of programs, this is very similar to that, except with medical gear. So we're just going to go over it and show you guys, an option to get your medical gear. We'll tell you guys what we think about the program in general, how it works, what are the different levels, and all that good stuff. So let's just go ahead and get into it and get this party started. This box is pretty deep. It's a good 4 inches deep, I'd say, and filled with a lot of goodies here. There actually are two boxes. This is the Pro level that they sent us. So we'll have this box to look at and then another box to look at as well. Let's just go ahead and open it for you guys and show you what we've got in box one. All right. So as I said, this is a monthly subscription. So each month you get something different. So in box one, we've got an IFAK pouch, a 4-inch emergency bandage, vintage chest steels, which is 2 of them, hemostatic gauze, and one of the little patches, which is pretty nice. And then the Pro Box item are these SOG pair of shears, and these are really cool. This is actually more like a multi-tool. Also, they have a program to where they show you how to do trauma care and things like that. And I've watched these programs and they're very informative. And so that's also something else that you can look into. Alrighty, so first up is the IFAK pouch. Okay, so we've got the Molly gear here. Open it up, and it has all sorts of little areas for you to stick everything in. It feels quality. Nothing, not a bunch of frays or bad sewing or anything like that. And Velcro here, so you can actually stick. All right, so now we got MedicBox. I like the little pouch, that's pretty cool. But yeah, so you can fit a lot of gear in here. I've not yet used this because I'm not sure exactly where I'm gonna put it, but this is nice to have. And so, like I said, some of this stuff I've not opened because it's sealed, and I don't want to open it and have it unravel or to be unsterile and things. So, but here's the emergency bandage. This is the 4-inch, I believe. Isn't this? Yes, this is the 4-inch bandage. And then it's got your instructions too, right? So another reason not to open it, but it comes with that. So this is the hemostatic dressing right here. It's a 4x4. And again, it has the instructions on there to just stop bleeding. So very good to have. Definitely a good thing to have. This is the chest seal twin pack. Now, the only time I've ever seen these in use was in like war movies for like bullet wounds and things. But yeah, that's another thing that they have in there, and you get 2 of those. And then the Pro tool or Pro gear of the month would be the SOG pair of shears multi-tool. So let's get this baby out and show you guys this because I was actually thinking pair of shears, that's kind of cool and all, but typical SOG fashion, they had to go and make it much cooler. So you do have MOLLE webbing and everything, so if you wanted to put this onto your belt or you know, a carrier of some sort, whether that be a plate carrier or a chest rig. So these are quite cool. So obviously you have these shears on the end here, and it also has an inch ruler and centimeters, so that's cool. And these are quite sharp. I cut a bit of my microfiber. Well, I'll just show you. Okay, so here's one of my microfiber towels that I use to clean my pustolas with, and you'll see that it cuts right through that, no problemo. It makes quite a mess. So definitely good and sharp. Now, let's look at the other tools we have here. This could be like a seatbelt cutter or a wire stripper, any sort of thing that you basically, you know, wanted to cut. You know, you can grab it and strip that really quickly, and it has a lock on there, so you just pop that back down. Also on this end, it has a glass breaker right there. It just flips out. Pow! And then over on this side, we have a few different options. So there we've got your Phillips and all the serrated blade, and then your flathead with a can opener. So a lot of things can be done with that multi-tool. Another thing here, which I thought was pretty interesting, is a pair of tweezers. So a pair of tweezers, if you need to, say, like take a tick off of somebody, you've got those. Another tool that is this here is referred to as an oxygen wrench. Now, I'm not sure how exactly you would use this. I don't know. How would you, how do you guys think that you would use the oxygen wrench here? If anyone knows, let me know down in the comments. And yeah, so that is all very cool. Like I said, I definitely didn't expect it to have all those bells and whistles, but that makes it all the more useful, I feel. So it's basically not just a glorified pair of scissors, you know what I'm saying? So next up, we're looking at box numero dos. So let's open her up and see what she has in store for us, as though I didn't already know. In box 2, and again, this is for the Pro box. So I should probably mention how this works before we get too far ahead, but there's 2 tiers from what I've seen, and there's one box that won't have the Pro items in it, and then there's this that will have the Pro items in them. So what's in number 2 here? You see here we have a cat tourniquet, which is a very well-renowned brand as far as when it comes to tourniquets. You have EMT glove pouch, compressed gauze, flat pack tape, trauma shears, and a pen light. And in this Pro box, there is the Guardian Angel safety light. So in no certain order, we're just gonna pull these items out and see what we got here. Oh, this one's got a little stucker. We like stuckers around here. So here is a pair of shears, and you can see that these are basically literally just a pair of shears. And these also are very sharp, cuts the same material and everything like that. The next item we're going to look at, I'm actually trying to figure out how to carry this on my person. Now, I've heard a lot of people stick this, this is the tourniquet, by the way, if you weren't familiar. I've heard a lot of people stick this around their ankle. Me, I'd probably try to stick it in a pocket, but for weighing jeans, I'm not sure how I would carry this. So this tourniquet alone right here is usually like $35, $40 minus your shipping. And very well-renowned brand, used all over the place. I have had it out of the package, obviously, to play around with it and check it, make sure everything is quality. This here is plastic. The knob that you turn, it would be stronger if it were out of metal, but from what I've experienced with these don't seem like they would break. From just twisting it. In the middle here is where it's going to have the most strength. Again, very good quality stuff. You know, they could have been like we go to a lot of gun shows and we see these packs of all this medical gear, but then you start looking at everything, you're like, what is this? I've never even heard of this. This looks super cheap. This was made in China. This is like flimsy. So That's one thing I do like about the MedicBox is that they're using good quality gear. So next up we have the compressed gauze. Now obviously I've not opened this either because it's just better if I keep it in something that will keep it sterile, you know. But that is another item that they will have. This is the flat duct tape. Now, there's a lot of uses for this. This is a good fire starter for one. Obviously, it can tape to hold on a bandage, or maybe in an absolute pinch, maybe try to seal a wound if you had nothing else. It really depends on the duct tape, and this feels like the really thick stuff. Not like duck brand duct tape. That stuff, like you get from the Dollar Tree and dollar store and stuff, it's nothing like the industrial duct tape. So definitely a good thing to have here for multiple uses.
You can actually hold a vehicle together with duct tape.
This I thought was pretty cool right here. So you just slide this out of the way, and all of a sudden you've got not only could be a little flashlight, but it is a pupil gauge. So if you wanted to look at someone's pupils and see if they were dilated or not, it tells you the number system here. So that I thought was pretty cool. You just leave this little sleeve on here and you will not run that down. Next up, we have the EMT glove pouch. Now I have opened this, but I've not used it or not played around with it. And this is by the Condor brand, by the way. They make some pretty good stuff from what I've seen. So I wouldn't necessarily keep gloves in this. I don't know what I would keep in this, but obviously it's a pouch. You can find something to stick in there. Now, one thing I would like, just side note, was to have this type of stuff here, but in say OD green, right? Because our plate carrier and stuff, they're that OD green color. And so a lot of this stuff we could stick on there, but with it being black, you'll just have to find somewhere else to put it, like maybe with a standalone bag or something like that. So yeah, that's another one of the offerings here. And last but not least, we're going to look at this little light here. So here we have a light that came with the kit, and this is from the Guardian Angel company. I'm not familiar with this company, but this is a pretty fascinating light, as you will see. Let's just go ahead and open it up. Here's some instructions. I do suggest you read these because there are so many functions on here. Even to turn it on was kind of complicated. At first, I actually thought it was dead. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to tell MedicBox that they sent me a bad light here, but turns out, no, it was user error. So here is the light. And like I said, there's a ton of functions on here, as you can see. Comes with the charger here. This is where you charge it right here. So it is rechargeable, and a super strong magnet. And I believe the purpose of the magnet here is to hook it on your key ring, and then you just kind of have this wrong side. Watch how strong this magnet is. Crazy strong magnet. Like I said, it's got a lot of functions. I'm probably gonna miss some things, but the way to turn it on is to hold these two buttons here. So there's a light for you to work. And then you've got this one, which has these red lights, different patterns and everything. And then the same thing, but in white. Right, so do that. Right there is a pretty bright light. And then you've got an SOS. And then this feature makes it get brighter and less so. The one in the middle has both. So we can play policeman if we want. So that is a lot of stuff in the Pro Box. And you can see I've got some of it stuffed into the little pouch here. If I could fit all this in here, I would. But with the tourniquet in there, it's a little cramped. So if I take that out, I can probably fit in some more things. For all this stuff, that you get for a monthly subscription, I personally think it's a really, really good deal. We'll have a link in the description along with a code down there that may not save you some moolah, so be sure to check that out. Again, we thank MedicBox for sending us this stuff to check out. I don't really have any complaints about anything. Everything here is top notch. It's not Chinese knockoffs, so be sure to check it out and get yourself some medical supplies. Oh yeah. So I think that's going to wrap this video up today. If you found this video helpful, we ask that you strike that like, swell that bell, subscribe and vibe with us, make us feel all appreciated, baby. We appreciate you guys for watching. As we always say, seek the Lord while he may be found, or call upon him while he is near, because he is near unto those that be of a broken heart, and save such that be of a contrite spirit. Draw near to God, he will draw near to you. He resists the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. So cast yourself down before the Lord, and he will lift you up. Until next time, my friends, take care and God bless.